Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to my page, my platform. If you haven't done so, I ask that you please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are aware of when I put out a video. It's been a while. I know I haven't been keeping up like everybody else. You know, busy. We have a million things going on. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to stay as consistent as possible. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you see in the background, right here behind me, um, those are some of my kids' toys that's back there. You know, that creepy looking doll back there. It's not a doll, it's a puppet. You put your hand in it and you make it talk. So sometimes I entertain the children with that. And then next to her, you can see Winnie the Pooh. And then there I got SpongeBobby right here. All right, so don't mind those things. And then of course, you know, the toy truck. You know what I mean? Then the Atlas. But besides from that, so I made a video last time where I was talking about an opinion, which I believe that the I believe that the rapture may be, for the people, human beings on Earth that resembles me or that looks like me. Okay, that was just an opinion thing. Judging by what's going on around the world, what I see, well, not necessarily around the world, well, kind of around the world, um, but I also see primarily what is going on in this great land of these United States and also out in the European Peninsula. Okay, I see how the men that look like me, you know, the black man's number one ally used to be the black woman. And I say used to be, you know what I'm saying? And this is not I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon of, bashing YouTube videos that constantly, speak of men getting their passports and going across the ocean to find a suitable wife. You know, and I'm proud to say, with the Most High's blessing, I am happily married to a black woman. We have three beautiful black females we are raising together. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not gonna sit there and tell someone that look like me, be like, oh, I may have jokingly commented on some videos, saying that, but at the end of the day, I'm not, that's not something that I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? So those of you that haven't watched that video, watch it. If you got some questions for me, ask. I'm open. I'm open to dialogue, debate. I just want to hear your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't believe that even though what is being portrayed, excuse me, my seasonal allergies, even though what is being fed to the mass public right now is absolute separation between, the sisters and the brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I still believe that there are, of course, some good sisters out there and some good brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a bachelor. I used to be a single guy, and then I ran into my lady. This is like years ago in the early 2000s. We've gone through our rough patches. You know what I mean? But we rest in peace. But the late Samuels used to say that if you meet your partner early, you guys can build together and then y'all can have a family later on, blah blah blah. I'm paraphrasing. Those may not be in the exact format he laid it out for y'all, but those of you who are aware of the brother's teachings, okay, he's no longer with us on Earth, but there are some validity to what he used to spew. All right. I mean, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I was down in the beginning, very, very beginning, in my late 20s, I want to say. And with support, from both sides, of course, you know, um, we're able to be here where we are at now. And we just celebrated this year 10 years of legal marriage. 3 children, beautiful home. As you can see, this is the home right here. And yeah, you know. Also, before I continue, I had asked this question before. My facial demeanor may appear like an angry man, um, but I'm not. So, pardon that. Okay, I'm a very loving, easygoing, low maintenance type of guy. I like to see people happy. I do the jokes a lot of times, but my resting face kind of look like it's unwelcome. But yeah, I've been like this since I was a kid, man. People used to always ask me, "Hey, what's wrong? Why do you look so upset?" It's just my resting face, I guess. But anyhow, um, yeah, man. So I'm glad, I'm happy for that. Which is gonna lead me into the main topic here for this video today. So I have a few things I want to talk about in this video. Okay, one is I remember Chris Rock made a joke, and he said only dogs and women are loved unconditionally. Men are loved on the condition that he can provide something. The minute he's no longer able to provide that, you got to separate from him. And I can relate to that. My relationship is solid, it's fine, but I have countless of friends, males and females. People that's in the process of separating from their loved ones. Okay, and I noticed that I'm gonna use one for example. Now, ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, and please leave your responses in the comment section. I believe that you should know what you are marrying before you say I do. Okay? I believe that you should be very well um, invested, not monetarily, but invested in the sense that you know what this person is about, you know their capabilities, you know what they will do and what they won't do. Okay, and if you meet this man and he wasn't doing those things that he should be doing in the beginning, I don't think you should go ahead and tie the knot, right? I don't think you should go ahead and say, for better or for worse, till death do us part. Okay, um, I mean, love is a good thing, but at the end of the day, I understand that love doesn't pay the bills. Okay, love doesn't keep a roof over your head. You know, your mortgage provider or your landlord, they love when you come up with that payment and you pay them. But other than that, two people or a family living, under the roof, love is not going to keep it there. Love will may keep the man and the woman in the family together. If you're going through rough times, if you lost, home ownership and you're currently homeless or whatnot with your family and you're trying to find another place, yeah, you're gonna need that love and support. But what I'm talking about you meeting a man that wasn't actually doing anything. Okay, he wasn't showing you that he's the type of man that you will need to have a family with. You know, he's not gonna be the breadwinner. He's not gonna go and get it. He's the type of man that watch things happen and wonder why things happen. Okay, so if you run into a man like that in the very beginning, you gotta say no. So you go ahead, you marry this man. Okay, let's say he was the type of man that was doing those things, the things he's supposed to be doing. Okay, you know, you feel safe, you feel secure with him that he could provide for himself and a family. He could take care of things. Okay, and you marry, you go ahead and you say I do, and you tie the knot. All right. What I've been seeing is that once the man, let's say if he were to get hurt and he can't go to work anymore, okay, or he can't provide, you know, like he can't go and obtain, work and have consistent salary, have money coming in into the house. Okay, what I've been noticing that is that the women, they're ready to kick rocks, or rather have him kick rocks. Okay, they are ready to separate, from that person, from the man. You know, now I'm not gonna make excuses for some of the brothers. Some of the brothers that I know that are married and have their wives and children and family. My thing is this: with this day and age, there's so many ways to make money. One of the easy ways is Lyft or Uber. Okay, if these work, if these two, if they work, if your 4x4s work, rather your 2x2s, if your 2x2s work, you can stand up, you can walk, you can squat, you can bend. Okay, as long as you don't have a mobility issue, okay, and you got hurt from your job and whatnot, and then that money stops coming in, go out there, do Uber, man. Go out there, drive Lyft, do Uber Eats, do DoorDash. Okay, I've watched some of the brothers. They will sit there, okay, on the salary, the only source of income that's coming in into the house. They will sit there, they will smoke it up, they will drink it up. You know, if you could get up every single day and you are at the store and you're getting liquor, you're getting beer, cigarettes, okay, every single day. Well, you can get your behind up, get behind that wheel, man, and go do something. Go drive, okay. Pick up a paintbrush, follow a painter around. There's something that you can do. But the fact that you say to yourself, "Oh, I can't do anything at all," and I'm gonna just smoke and drink this money away and not help contribute to the bills of the house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, maybe it's not for better or for worse. Okay. I'm a firm believer that again, once these are working and your 2x2s are working and this is working and these you can see with those, you can hear with this, you can use this to communicate. There is a way, you laying on your back and not doing anything at all. Um, you know, it's almost like abusing the marriage. It's almost like using, um, it's weaponizing indoctrination against your wife. Okay. Um, Now, when it comes to the other side, now I know that if a man was a sole provider and his wife got hurt and she's laying around, he might be able to hold on much, much longer than she can. Okay, but I still, in this day and age, especially this day and age, you know, it's lovely to do what 75-25, 80-20, 70-30, right? But we all know that in this day and age, man, that may not be enough. The wife may have to go do 40% and then the husband does 60%. If your household is set in a traditional way, okay? I'm not a firm believer in 50-50. My wife and I, we've never done 50-50 even right now, okay? It's been, before it was more like 90-10. Okay, I'll take it at 90%. Yeah, she would deal with the children, make sure the house was all right. I would make the money. I would manage certain part of finances, and then the rest of the responsibilities, I'll hand it over to her. You know what I'm saying? But with the current market, that has changed slightly. Okay, pretty soon I'm very, very confident and very sure that we're going to go back to that 70-30 or 80-20. You know what I mean? And I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? My wife, I thank the Most High for meeting her. She's not the type of woman that her light bill hasn't been paid, her electricity hasn't been paid, the car insurance, the mortgage, there's no food, and you will find her in a nail salon sitting there spending $150 getting her nails done. She was never that type of woman. I appreciate the fact that yeah, every now and then, very very seldom, she would put on a little bit of makeup and whatnot, but she was never big on that makeup thing. She's an anti-chemical queen. I am an anti-chemical king. Okay, she's very well aware of what chemicals can do to someone's skin. Okay, and that's just the skin coat. Okay, when you dig deeper, okay, you may find other causes, other major side effects with And I'm not against anybody pasting makeup on. You do as you please. You know what I'm saying? But if you were to take a survey and you ask the men out there what do they prefer, makeup or natural beauty, I'm almost positive that about 85%, and that number can be higher, but I can reassure you that 85% of men would pick natural over, makeup. You know what I mean? I believe, the Most High made you in your own perfection as you are, and there is nothing that needs to be made up or make up. If you get my pun. But yeah, she was never that type of woman that was into, you know, wifey would rather drive an expensive luxury car than, plaster, her face or body with chemicals and whatnot. You know what I mean? And hey, and then she was in the beginning it was hard to get the communication packed down, but see, I'm a person that observes. I'm an analyst. I listen more, and I break down what I'm listening. Okay, and then I offer my logical reasoning. Okay, I'm someone that uh, look to solve the equation versus dwelling on a problem. If there is a problem, we need to figure out a solution. Dwelling on the problem for days and days on end, that's never been my style. So, whenever we run into a problem, we would sit there and we would talk and figure out the best course of action, okay, and then come to a resolution, come up with an answer, a solution for that problem. Okay, so yeah, in the beginning, the communication was quite difficult, but um, we managed to come up with a solution. Okay, and now, you know, and also just want to show you guys these are 2 out of 6. Okay, if you can see, I'm looking at my computer screen, but these are 2 out of 6. I got 6 of those devices for me alone. Okay, um, and she has 2. All right, none of those things have passcodes on them. Neither hers or mine. None of them got passcodes. Okay, and I don't go look for a problem when I don't have one. What that means is, yeah, I know, you know, we men, there are, we are visual beings. There are things that we see out there, and there's nothing wrong with you looking at it. If you're a heterosexual male, you're a straight male, and you see a natural born woman, or you see a nice looking lady and whatnot, and you're gonna look at it. Hey, you can look at her. You know what I'm saying? But that's as far as I go. Okay. I am satisfied every single day, day by day. I remind myself that, hey, I have a woman at home, I have a family, and I'm fine. I'm okay. You know, I had an old friend that passed away. He used to say, "Yeah, you are." I'm paraphrasing, but it's something about you are one nut away from pleasure. Meaning that, hey, if you go step out and you mess with someone, okay, once you get done doing what you wanted to do with them, you don't really see them the same way anymore. Or you get done doing what you're doing, and after, and you realize you could have done that, with wifey. Okay, so I don't have any passcodes on those things. I don't have any secret numbers stored on there. Okay, um, I can leave out the house to go somewhere, and I'll randomly go grab a phone, and then I'll leave, and I'll leave all the other ones unlocked. Okay, my computer's unlocked. Um, this is how far we've gotten. She knows the PIN number to my bank account. I know the PIN number to her bank account. Okay, um, she can take money from her job, put it into my account, and say, hold this for me. Whenever I need it, I'll get it back from you because I don't want to, spend the money, because I used to say I'm cheap, but I have a friend that says, hey, don't say you are cheap. You're not a cheap guy. You're just very frugal, especially when you have been self-employed, okay, before. So it teaches you how to control your urges, manage your money, and don't waste your money on nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm glad I met a lady that was like that. Okay, I actually took her from somebody else. All right, at that time, um, I guess I was giving her more. I fit the criteria better than the previous guy. She didn't have any children before me. I didn't have any children before, when I met her. So we started our family. Our nuclear family is all original. Okay, her 3 kids are my 3 kids. My 3 kids are her 3 kids. Okay, and it's also important too, man, to have the Most High in your life because yeah, when you have the Most High in your life, you're able to see, things out there, which is gonna bring me to this other part of the video why I'm making this video today. You know what I'm saying? We all are aware nowadays. For you to eat, it's almost like you have to be a scientist. Okay, you have to read what are the chemicals that are in these foods, and some of the chemicals, man, I don't know why they are even in there. Okay, I don't know why the FDA even approved them, for human consumption. Okay, so the other day, my daughter, well, my middle child, she wanted some Cheez-Its. All right, and I started looking up the ingredients in Cheez-Its. There is a chemical in Cheez-Its called TBHQ. T, B as in Bob, T as in Tom, B as in Bob, H as in Harry, Q as in question. TBHQ. Okay, I was looking up the chemical TBHQ. So I went to, hang on, TBHQ in food. Okay, I can't even pronounce the name of the chemical. It's tert butyl hydro something. Okay, so I went to um, the National Library of Medicine. I went to that website. Okay, I type in TBHQ. Okay, all right. So some of the things that I read, the side effects that I read of TBHQ. Okay, what it causes. I mean, it's nuts. Okay, it's nuts. It's crazy. All right, I recommend, just so I don't sound like a hater or whatnot, I recommend you guys go to the National Library of Medicine. Okay, or you could even Google it yourself. TBHQ. Side effects in food. All right, and one of the things that I'm just going to read just um, a very short sentence of what this thing causes. Causes liver enlargement, neurotoxic effects, convulsion, and paralysis. Okay. Um, so you guys get a chance, go look that up yourself. Okay. Um, there are several. There are several studies here. Okay. This one is from the NIH. Hey, what's up, Fauci? um, so you go to NIH. Okay. Or you could go to the National Center for Biotechnology Information. All right, and these websites are this one is nih.gov, so you know it's not this is from the government. Okay, so I was reading some of these things. Okay, and after seeing what I saw, I was like, I'm not giving this to my kids anymore. Okay, I'm not giving this to my kids anymore. But you guys go on there, watch this video. You know, I'm not uh, um, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a medical doctor. Okay, but I know one thing. You know, knowledge is power. Once you have it, can no man take it away from you. A man may take your life, your money, your house, your wife, your kids away from you, but one thing you could never remove or take away from a man is knowledge. Once you know it, you cannot unknow it. Okay. Also, I was reading the servings. There's another product I was looking at. Okay, it's I think it was Powerade or Gatorade Zero, and I was looking at how much the amount of sodium. So 2.5 servings in that one bottle that I had. Okay, There was 28 fluid ounces in there. I do remember that. So I did the math. Okay, so the servings, if I do 28 divided by 2, okay, that's 14. Half of 4 is 2. So take away half from 4, that's 2. So that leaves me 12. Okay, 12 fluid ounces. All right, so the amount of serving is roughly, there's about, yeah, it's 12 fluid ounces. So there's 2.5 servings in there. Okay, so it says that the amount of sodium was, I think it was 245, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look up the information. Give me 2 seconds. So, yep. So if you were to consume a whole bottle, 28 fluid ounces, you would take in a total of 600 milligrams of sodium. I don't know why something that is advertised that it is healthy for you, zero sugar, which is not actually zero sugar. There's a sugar alternative, man-made sugar. Okay, I believe it was sucralose that was in there, dextrose or something like that. Anything that ends with ose is sugar. Okay, yeah, it is advertised. Oh, it is 50% more electrolytes. You know, it's 0 calories, 0 sugar is. So you thinking, okay, yeah, this is good for me, but then you're drinking this whole bottle. I believe the daily amount of sodium consumption for a human being, I believe, is somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams. Okay, um, but hey, you figure you drink. If you go get you a tuna sub, okay, I forgot what the total amount of sodium is that is in that tuna sub, okay. But if you eat that tuna sub and you drink one of those, you know, supposedly healthier drinks for you, you're consuming so much sodium at one shot, and you haven't even ate lunch or dinner yet, okay? Um, and you have what 16 more hours left throughout the day for you to eat, okay? So you are going to be consuming more sodium, all right? And that's going to cause your pressure to go up, your HB, you know, to go up, okay? So this is why I say, hey, I guess the point of this video is if you're walking around here and you don't have, you know, the Most High in you, you know what I'm saying, or if you're not if you're not a person that's up to par, if you're not paying attention to what you are reading, okay, if you're always locked into these things all day, every day, okay, and you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, to what you put into your mouth, okay, yeah, you're gonna get sick, man, you know, and you're not gonna live too long, okay. The brothers, you know, they say in our community, you know, black men tend to be with black people, according to them, you know, suffer with hypertension. It is something that is normal in our community for us to, you know, suffer with hypertension. Um, Actually, you know, I know, hey, you gotta deal with family issues. You know, you're going to work, you try to provide. You know what I mean? And then the stress level, that's already getting your HB up there already. Then you're consuming, you know, stuff like that, man. Before you know it, you're gonna be sick. You're not gonna live too long. You know what I'm saying? So I guess this was like a 3-part video. I, in conclusion, I'll wait. I'll wait the day that the black man, the black man, regain his ally back. Okay. I know they say what goes up must come down. Okay. Everything is to pass. Okay, nothing is forever. So I'm hoping this all is past because we need the black family back. You know, we need to see. It was funny when my last daughter was born in a hospital, the nurses would come around. They would not issue me a birth certificate without telling them my level of education. Okay, I don't know why that was important to them. I had to put down the zip code where I was going to reside, okay, for how long I was going to reside there for, okay, and my highest level of education, okay. Even though when I said, hey, can I choose to decline? They said, no, you couldn't decline. We must know this information, okay. But yeah, so many times they came back to back to my wife and I, and were asking us, do we require a DNA test? Because so many black families came into the hospital and there's always a fight, there's always a disagreement, there's always something going on right after childbirth. And they were surprised that so Shay, it was abnormal to see a black family so civilized and so well put together, you know. So it's very important, man, that we we get the black family back, man, you know, mother, father, and child. Okay, that because what's going on, what I see going on out there, the amount of stupidity, the amount of madness, uh, the amount of craziness that I see going on out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's I think the lack of having a black family has a lot to do with it. I think you know we need that, man. We need a black family back. You know what I mean? And the sisters, you know, kudos to you for going to school and getting your education, getting your piece of paper to go make money. But at the end of the day, you can still make your money and then come home to a loving husband and a loving person. And the money is not going to make that person less than a person. Okay, that money is not going to make that man less than a man. Okay, the only the only time something like that will happen is if that's the environment that you set up. Okay, and same thing goes for the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Stop using your money as leverage. You know what I mean? You can't buy your way through everything. I mean, there are some women out there that they don't care how much money you have. You know, you can't. They won't move an inch for you if you just come up with your money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we need that nuclear family, man. We need that black family back. You know what I mean? Well, that's the end of the video. I think I've talked a lot, talked enough rather. So, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments. And I'm going to try to work on my facial demeanor. For some reason, whenever I look at a camera or I focus on something, this right here, you know. But all right, peace.